What do borders mean to you?
I will say limits, a stop sign that you cannot trespass.
How have our national borders, how have they impacted your life?
To me, it's sad. Like, I am from Peru, and right now there's a lot of people from Venezuela that are going through hell there, going to Peru, and they're welcome. They're welcome because they need to be.
Without borders, there's no country. So we need to secure the border.
Borders should be a way to sometimes keep people safe, but recently borders seem to be a way for people to justify inhumane actions.
Connected to this particular country, like borders are like I think we end up making them a little bit bigger deal than they need to be.
What do borders represent to you?
Borders?
Yeah, borders.
Walls.
Walls.
They represent a border. Well, I don't know. Let's see here. A border.
Division. I guess in some sense they can represent like an identity, and you can draw your identity from a border, from being part of a place. But they can also represent division and exclusivity. I guess it depends on how you treat people from outside of the border.
I think of borders, as just ways of delineating different parts of art. Maps showing borders of different regions, but also masses could be borders as well. Like the Rocky Mountains is a border that separates this part from that part. So.
How have borders impacted your life?
More than ever now, we see violence, especially lately, families being separated. We understand the American point of view and the Mexican point of view.
With the number of illegal immigrants in the country, it's, I think, affected a lot of people's lives. Health, schools, education, and those are major factors, I believe.
I spent last week volunteering in McAllen with families that were left just at bus stations outside detention centers and really didn't have any way to go anywhere. It was impactful seeing them and hearing their stories and kind of heartbreaking. So borders have just kind of affected my way looking at my country and feeling a little, we haven't done enough, and feeling a little embarrassed and a little ashamed and wanting to do more.
With our current national borders, do you feel safe?
In Kansas, we do.
Yes.
If we had no borders, say travel bans didn't exist, all borders were open, theoretically, how would you feel about that?
I think having no borders would actually be beneficial in many ways that we wouldn't realize, as long as strong policies are put into place to ensure that we're keeping everybody safe, both people who are here previously and people who come.
What do you think would be the impact if borders were removed and people could freely move back and forth?
Sounds platonic, probably unrealistic, but somewhere in the middle of that should be probably the answer.
How would your life change if we didn't have borders, if all the borders were open?
I probably wouldn't live here.
Borders, national borders here in the United States is kind of, I don't know, it's different situations, different conditions, but still sad.
We would make them up eventually. As humans who constantly are looking for patterns, we would definitely invent our own borders if they weren't already there for us.
I think borders add a degree of accountability, and they're important to just keep track of what's going on and make sure that we're taking care of all the people on either side.
I mean, we look at the patterns here on the ground, and you see these different squares are they're bordered by these lines that help keep a pattern there. And as humans, we automatically try to find patterns in our lives.
Boy, I don't know. That's a good question. I would like to see them try that for a bit.